Our first speaker is both a dental hygienist and a sales expert. In over 20 years, she has coached thousands of dental sales reps and managers for the dental companies that we all know and love: Dentsply Sirona, Henry Schein, Banco, Midmark, Oral-B. She recently opened the virtual doors to the Dental Industry Insiders Sales School. Now anyone can sell more effectively to dental practitioners. It could be a dental office, your own business, or as a team member. We all have something to share and to sell. Please help me welcome our very first speaker for the Do Learning crew, Anita Sirianni, with a warm do welcome as we learn how to build stronger belief in the value of our offer. Welcome, Anita Sirianni.
Woo, Anita! Thank you, guys. Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here, just for investing part of your work week and one of the most precious days, right? Friday, as we anticipate the wrap up of the week, which hopefully for each of you was a fantastic week, and as we anticipate our time of rest and renewal. So as we begin, I want you to all just, if you don't have something to write with or write on, I'd like you to find that real quick. And I'd like you to think of something great. It can be an experience, a situation, it can be a material thing, but just something that you love, love, love. Like for me, when I want to show, I'm Italian. When I want to show love, like in the biggest love way, you know what I do? I make that person osso buco. Because I am telling you, if you have never had my osso buco, you got to get on the list, because it is with a little bit of a side of saffron risotto, people. And can you even believe I'm not even married? Can you believe? I got to find me a guy to eat some osso buco and he'll be mine forever. So write something you love. And what I want you to do is I want you to write it in, I want you to write it in the chat. So I'm going to pull up my chat. And if you don't have the chat up, hover around the bottom and of your screen and you should be able to see the chat, because there's just lots of extra beautiful interaction that the dues use to support each other, and I don't want you to miss that. So Laura says alpacas. I love it. Nancy, animals. Brandy, a yummy dinner at a fabulous restaurant in the city. All right, Janet, tomorrow is my birthday. Happy birthday early, my love. It's her garden. It's her garden. Oh my gosh. Kathy, pool reading. People, are we ready for a little bit of pool reading? And Christy Sunshine. Okay, awesome. Good, good, good. Now somebody wrote new calm. I don't know what that is, Bethany. So we're gonna have to have a little side conversation. Oh, Sharon, your dog bear. Good, good, good. So just something, if you haven't written in something, I want to encourage you to do that now. Now I want you to think about your something great. And I want you to think about the just the thoughts that you have about that thing. What word or words come up when you think about your something great? Type them in the chat. What words do you think of when you think of your something great? When you think of that sunflower garden, or bliss, gratitude, peace, joy, awesome, peace, relaxation, love, love, lots of love, yellow, happiness. Ooh, I love that too. Okay, good. Now I want you to think about how you feel when you think about your something great. Think about your feelings. What are those feelings? Good. Delaney, good, happy, joy, confident, peaceful, tingly, grounded, joy. So good, you guys. Good. I want you to connect with those feelings. Now, do you want to experience that again? Are you looking forward to the weekend to experience your something great? Or perhaps you tonight want to maybe change the menu and have your something great? But I want you to notice that as you're thinking about your something great, do you notice that there is a natural tendency for you to want to share it, to have others experience it, to know it, to feel it, to enjoy it the way you enjoy it? Think about the times when you have been celebrating or acknowledging something great and you wanted to share it with someone else, to tell them about it. Think about how easy that sharing is. You see, when you think about that, it's easy, it's exciting, it creates these wonderful feelings. Now, what I want you to think about is what if you had the responsibility to sell your something great? Now I want you to sell it to someone else. How do your feelings change? What feelings are you feeling now? The idea of selling it, of promoting it, of writing an order for it. Nervous, hesitant, anxiety. Yeah, good. Good. You're feeling the feelings have shifted for all of us, haven't they? Because one of the things that I suspect is true is that I'm hoping today that I'm going to help you bolster your belief in your offer. Because when we begin to think about our offer, that can start to change our thoughts as well. I want you, we as your facilitators today, we want you to grow your confidence and we want you to deepen your passion to serve, to allow, encourage, and enthusiastically enroll others to what you're offering. So now I want you to think about your offer. When I say your offer, what I mean is that is the thing that you provide the world, this idea that you had either recently or that you've had for many years that you have been serving your customers, your tribe, your community, your people, maybe even this industry, maybe even the world. Your offer is the product or service or experience that you provide to others. And now, when you think about that, I want you to think about selling that thing. And when you think about that, I want you to type about what is the words that come up when you think about selling your offer. When you think about what is it that what words come up, what concerns do you have? It's sharing my passion. Yes, we're seeing passion. Good. When you think about selling your offer, I don't want to be a bother, Bethany says. Yeah. All right. So figuring out what the value is to others, right? Very good. You see, there tends to be often a hesitation. There tends to be perhaps a check that we feel when we think about I have this thing, I have this offer, and I love what I'm offering, but how do I translate it? How do I get them to buy and to experience this thing that I offer? You see, an immediate and often common feeling of insecurity tends to show up. And I find that usually the insecurity usually boils down to two main things. It's number one, it's an indication that our relationship with our offer is somehow broken or it is maybe needs a little bit of bolstering our belief. The other thing that tends to be the situation that creates the feelings of insecurity is that we don't want to come off as being seen as salesy. I don't know about you, but boy, when I think about as a sales expert, as a sales coach, particularly as a specialist in the dental industry, I know that uh, when we think about that typical vision of a sales representative, that person who it conjures up images of someone who's maybe a trickster who tries to get you to buy something you don't necessarily want. And nobody wants to have that kind of an image with people that we want to do business with. Yeah, certainly we don't want that. But here's what I want to say to you, and here's what I want to spend the rest of our time together learning and discovering. And I really hope that I can convey this message so that you get it and you carry it with you forever. And that is that it is possible to convey the value and the amazing results and impact that your offer provides without feeling, looking, or sounding like a cheesy salesperson. It is possible. In fact, none of that pushing and manipulating and coming up with the right words or phrases is really necessary. It isn't. And that's the most exciting thing that I can't wait to share with you. So let's get to work on figuring out what that is. I've got 4 lessons for you. The first lesson is don't sell. Now that probably sounds like a interesting or strange message to hear coming from a sales coach, but I find that the absolute best way for you to let go of the fear of being salesy is to not sell. No, I'm just not going to ask you to sell. What I want is for you to decide that every time you come in contact with someone who has the interest, opportunity, or perhaps need that your offer can provide or can satisfy or can up level their life, I want you to decide that you're not there to sell. I want you to decide that you are there to serve. You are there not to sell, but you are there to serve. See, I want you to let go of the thought and the feeling that you have to figure out now how to get this person to want and buy what you're offering. I want you to let that go. And instead, I want you to show up for every prospect, every customer to those meetings with a spirit of service first philosophy. Now, this is a concept that I teach my coaching clients, and it is to show up to every opportunity to be of service first. I want you to lead with the intention to support and to serve and to be a resource. You see, you don't need to lean in to be a salesperson. You need to be a resource. And your main goal is to understand what this person in front of you's situation is, where their needs or where there are ways in which you can use your experience, your expertise, your network, your smarts, and your offer to be of contribution to that individual. So, how is it, Anita, sales coach, is it that I am going to be able to serve and support and yet still pay my bills and accomplish basically what it is that I set out to live my dream, and that is to have people enjoy the benefits of my product? Well, the first action step that I want you to take is I want you to list the reasons why you are the expert that buyers, that customers, that dentists, that colleagues, that anybody that you can be of service to can trust. Now, I don't want you to do this exercise as if, yeah, I'm an expert. I've been in the business for 25 years. I'm an expert. People know me, they get it. No, I want you to go through this exercise when this session is over, sometime later today, sometime this weekend. And I want you to bolster your belief with this exercise for you to be able to get the belief that you are the expert in the area in which you are knowledgeable in which area in which you play. I want you to get that in your bones. And the way best I think for you to do that is for you to make a list intellectually and give yourself some time to build and cultivate that list. And I want you to create, if you don't already have it, what I call an Atta Girl file. Now, for me, that file used to be a manual file, and now it's a digital file that's on my desktop so that not if, but when I'm feeling a little blue. I'm feeling a little bit like I'm, needing a little bit of a shot in the arm of encouragement. Well, I can turn to that Atta Girl file and I can read the comments and the compliments and the emails and the encouragement. You know, I just have to share this because this is a perfect example. This morning, one of my clients texted me and she said at 6:50 a.m. Thank you, Anita, for helping me through this. God is shining through you. I am grateful for your help and for the referral. I'll call her. You see, when my clients come to me because they have a business need or they have a business that they want to accelerate the results, I know how to help them. But when my clients need relationship or other kinds of coaching, well, that's not my area of expertise. So I provide the right resources, the best resources. And that's next on our list is I want you to be committed as a do to offer always the best solution even if it isn't yours. See, I get that when your business is just emerging and when you are just getting started and you can see the bills and you can feel the pressure, I can see how you may want to be the all and end all to everything to say, yep, we can do that. Yep, we can accommodate that. But I don't want you to do that. You can't solve every problem, every customer challenge that comes your way. I want you to be able to really stand in the belief and stand in the commitment that you will represent and recommend the very best possible solution even if it is yours. And that is how you can have that strong confidence that you are helping your customer, your colleague, your prospect receive the very best possible advice and direction that they need because it isn't self-serving, it is in their best interest. And so that completely shifts the energy that you have between you and in what you're emitting. And you know what that will do by you being willing to recommend the best possible solution, whether or not that's you or that is even a competitor. What that will do will establish and cement a foundation of trust that will last you for the rest and the very best of your career. You see, it's when we do that that people know that you have their best interests at heart rather than your agenda to sell or basically service your particular product. All right. So, as we said, we are going to be tackling two main reasons for a lack of confidence. One is it's to being the fear of feeling that we're going to sound salesy or to be salesy. And the second is because there may be an opportunity here for us to up level our belief in our product. So thank you, Nikki. We've got a little bit of a multiple choice questionnaire here that I want you to give yourself. Answer as many of these that apply. And I want you to give yourself a point for every one that you answer. So when you are thinking about your product or service, do you hesitate or sorry, do you second guess the price of your offer? If so, click that one. Do you hesitate or struggle with the price of your product? Do you sometimes feel defensive when people ask or question your price? Do you suspect that perhaps your offer may be overpriced or not competitive with the others in class? Do you find yourself routinely throwing things in a BOGO or adding extra items that aren't necessarily a part of your original package? Do you lower your price without lowering the level of value or service? Or do you offer multiple pricing tiers, hoping that the customer is going to get and take at least one of those? So I want you to answer all of the ones that apply. And we're going to close the polls in just a few seconds. We want to get at least a 75% participation rate. So if you're looking at something else, please tune back in and really answer here. So I want you to connect to, when you think about your offer, what are the things that you found tend to check with you relative to um, discounting and your pricing and basically your relationship. All right, good. Very good. So, Nicole, if we can stop the poll but share the results, I'm seeing them here, and it looks like now, if you haven't kept track of how many of these answers, I want you to make sure that you do that. Okay. So, if you answered one or two of these answers, well, you've already learned that money is better than poverty, if for only financial reasons. Thank you, Woody Allen. If you answered three or four, well, if at first you don't succeed, well, then take the tax loss. All right. And if you answered five or six, well, I want you to take good notes, because there's a good chance that you may be too poor to pay attention. And number seven, if you answered all of them, congratulations, you officially qualify as a nonprofit organization. All right, we can close that poll. All kidding aside, I absolutely, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and close that on my end. All right, so lesson number 3, how we change the relationship to our product is we just believe in your offer. Now, have you ever said, just as Ann said in the beginning, look, if I did not believe it, I could not sell it. And so I want you to understand that belief in your offer is a mental construct. It's a decision. It's the idea that you are going to decide that your offer is awesome. Let me tell you this. When small business owners come to me with an idea and wanting coaching, or with some years of struggling, not being able to realize the dream or the goal that they have for their business, and they want coaching from me. And when they finally decide that they are going to start working with me, and when I receive that agreement in the mail, do you know that I get so excited for them, because I know the decision they just made is like they just won the lotto. Now, they came to me because they want results. They believe that they can get results. They're just not exactly sure how to do it. And in some cases, they're not wholly sure that they really can get the results. But I know that they will and they can if they stick with me and we begin to unpack their vision, their idea, their belief, that they will get there. And I know that. So I hold the space of belief for them, as well as the guidance. They're helping them be able to get from where they are to not just where they want to be, but well beyond that. And it's really just a matter of me knowing that when they make that commitment, it's just like they won the lottery. So am I enthusiastic about encouraging people to get started with coaching, whether it's with me or someone else? Absolutely, because I want you to win the lotto. I want you to be able to realize your vision and your dream, so that the world can be, and this industry can be, a better place because you showed up in it. So, believing in your offer. Well, I don't know if you've ever heard this phrase before, but the first sale is always to yourself. And here's the secret that people don't talk about. that first sale that's to yourself, that is oftentimes, you guys, the hardest sale. It's really being able to get in touch with your belief that you really do offer something that is just like customers winning the lottery. But the best news about you knowing that the first sale is always to yourself is that if you lack the confidence in some aspect or some area of your offer, the best news is to recognize that you have the power to either decide that it is the best answer and it is the best solution, or you have the power to fix it. That's your choice, is to believe or to fix it. Either way, you have just up leveled that offer that you were bringing into the marketplace. And that is an extremely important, exciting concept, is that value that you are offering to your customers. Well, it's an inside job. The first sale starts with you. And how we do that in our bolstering our beliefs with action steps, I want you and your team, if you have one, to make a list of all of the benefits, the advantage, and the gains that your customers and your prospective customers experience and enjoy by participating in your product. You see, I think sometimes we get very hung up on all of the doings that are involved in entrepreneurship, and we forget the very spirit, the very passion of why we started this business to begin with. And so, what I want you to do is, I want you, next to your Add a Girl list, I want you to create a list of all of the benefits and advantages that your customers gain because of the offer that you bring into the world. And I want you to put that somewhere. If you have to make it a poster, make it a poster. If it needs to be a digital folder on your desk, make it a digital, but put it into the world that you live in, the way you live. And I want you to refer to that list often. Again, I want you to get this in your bones, so much so that lesson 4 is, I want you to marinate in proof of performance. Well, what does that mean? Well, first of all, I'm Italian, so we have to marinate in anything, right? Anything good is marinated, right? So, what I want you to do is, I want you to marinate in all of the different ways in which you can prove to yourself, to your team, to your customers, and to your prospective customers that doing business with you, investing in your offer, is just like winning the lotto. Now, on Monday, you, as a registrant of this program, you are going to get a copy of a worksheet that is going to allow you to take the action steps that I'm proposing here. So if you didn't take great notes, don't worry about it. You don't have to take a screenshot. This is going to come to you in the form of something even more helpful, and that is in the form of a worksheet that I want you to take serious. I don't want you to go, oh, yeah, there's that attachment. I'll put it on my desktop and I'll get to it. No, I want you to have proof of performance in your bones. And guess what? Once you, as the leader, have that in your bones, do you see how, when you get that investing in your offer is like winning the lotto, do you see how that changes how you will show up in offering your offer? Do you see how that changes the dynamics in the way you engage with your prospective and current customers? Do you see how they get to be influenced and really drawn in to you holding the space of the vision that you know that they are going to be living in the not so distant future, you see? So this proof of performance and the Add a Girl folder is all about you marinating and understanding and living in, first, the belief, and then second, to be able to convey that belief in a powerful and an authentic and in a really influential way. So, your offer. My hope and my desire for you is that you would really take these exercises seriously, that you would remember that belief is an inside job. You would really take the actions in a fun way and really put into place the steps that you need to take to bolster your belief so that you can show up into the world and really encourage and inspire your customers to take the action to invest in your offer so that they too will say that your offer is their great thing. So thank you, and I can't wait to hear your success stories.